So let
One
us,
thing, Ravi, before starting. So
yeah,
can you again show how did you log into this from the Pega Academy?
so it's there in the recording, right? Just
Yeah,
click
I'm
on
not
this
able
button.
to. No. Can you just go up once? How did you come to this place? Oh, in that course. In that course.
See, there is a login button, right? You click on login button. Okay. After you click
Yeah.
on login button, show this button.
No. After clicking on this, you came to the Pega training.
After clicking on this, we will come to this page.
No. That's okay. That's no. Before coming there, once you log into the Pega, you came to training and the CDH course.
Don't go all that. Just I gave this link right to you.
Can you again give it, please?
Okay. So don't use any navigation. Use this link always.
Okay.
Okay. So let us continue from where we have stopped. So we were discussing about business taxonomy. So as part of taxonomy, we have created business issue, business group, and also propositions and attributes. So I told you that business issue is reason for promotion. What is the reason why the business want to promote? Business group is the category of promotion, and the proposition is the promotion itself. So now let us understand what is the SR class. So what we have done yesterday, we have created the business structure in decisions, proposition management. So you come here, you click on add, and you add the business group and the business issue and also the propositions. So the attributes or the characteristics of the propositions, right? So that's what we discussed. The attributes are the characteristics of the propositions. So you just click on add, you will add the business issue, for example, sales. Then you will click on add group and you will create a new group, for example, personal loans. And within them, you will be able to add your properties and the uh, propositions. Okay, so within the business group. Now, there is a class that is created whenever you create the business structure, that is this SR class. So what is the purpose of this SR class? So here I hope that you are practicing all these things. So just try to create the business structure, create the propositions. Okay, you create it. I'll share some assignment also to you, so that you can practice that assignment today. Okay, so SR class stands for strategy result. Okay, SR class stands for strategy result. So let me show that. So this is what we discussed yesterday, right?
Whatever we
So this is
created
what
yesterday, do we still have that in that, or it is gone?
that will be gone. But some rules will be there automatically. Sample rules are there, so we can use that. Okay, so business taxonomy is having business issue, which is present under PY issue. Second thing is business group, is present under which property? PY group. See, all these are basics. Every single session you have to remember. Okay, proposition, which is nothing but anything that you propose to the customer, some product or some offer or some service or some discount, anything that you propose to the customer. So you will have business issue under business group, under business issue, like for example, sales, Under sales, you have, let us say, personal loans. Under personal loans, you will have, let us say, something like 1 CR personal loan, which is the offer that you are promoting. Okay, so this is what we have seen it yesterday also. And also the characteristics also we have seen. Like for every proposition, you have some monthly EMI, loan tenure, like that we have created some attributes. So now let us see the uh, okay. Now let us see that SR class. What is SR class? SR stands for strategy result class. Okay, SR stands for strategy result class. So this SR class is created automatically when at least one business issue is created. Okay, see, right now there are so many business issues are there, right, in our application. So this SR class is automatically created by the time when you create at least one business issue in the application. Okay, so business issue is nothing but what? Reason for promotion, like in order to increase the sales, or in order to retain the customers, or in order to acquire new customers. Okay, so just make sure that you understand all these things and remember these things. Okay, so when you create at least one business issue, automatically the SR class will be created, which is the strategy result class. The format of the strategy result class will be your application ID dash SR. This is how the class will be created. So for example, we have given our application ID as XYZ Bank or XYZ Promotions, like this. Then your SR class will be like this, XYZ Promotions dash SR. SR stands for strategy result. So now whatever the properties, whatever the groups, whatever the issues, everything that you are creating, they will be coming under this class. See, same like your work class. So for example, you are creating a flow, then you will create in your work class, right? Like that. Same way here also it will follow the same structure. Okay, application ID dash SR and dash issue dash group. For example, you are creating some issue and group, right? Then it will be like this. So this SR class is created whenever you create at least one business issue, and then the format will be like this, your application ID dash SR dash issue dash group. So in our case, let us say we have created this thing, right? Sales personal loans. Now here it will be, so I think my application ID is CDH. That means when I'm creating my application, I gave this as application ID CDH dash SR dash sales dash personal loans. So this is how it will be. Okay, this is how it will be. Now let us explore that SR class, how it is created in the backend. So I will share the screen again. So you can see that there are so many issues and groups are there in my application. Okay, I have acquire, collections, grow, nurture, retain, service. All these business issues are there in my system. Within these business issues, I have many business groups are also there. Okay, many business groups are also there. So now if you go to the application explorer, my application ID is CDH, which I am aware because you see on the top the application ID will be displayed. CDH-SR dash, you see all these classes are created automatically. You see CDH-SR dash business issue dash business group. So for example, I'll say SR dash grow dash credit cards. This is one of the class that is present. You see here, I have grow, right? Grow is the business issue. Credit cards is the group. So application ID dash SR dash business issue dash business group. Within this, you have your properties, if you are having any properties, they will be displayed. I have decision data, which is nothing but the business group. Okay, here it is a business group that is creating a decision data in the backend. So what is decision data and all that we'll see later. But when you create a business group, the decision data will be created. Okay, so this is how the SR class will be created. SR class will be created automatically whenever you create at least one business issue in your application. Okay, in my application so many business issues are there, right? Like acquire, collections, grow, nurture, retain, service, all these are business issues which are there in the OOTB application which we are seeing now. Okay, so that's the reason this is created. So SCDH dash SR dash business issue dash business group, because in you see here in the grow, credit cards group is there. That is the reason the class structure will be like this. Now this is same like your work class. For example, you are creating a let us go back to the notepad. For example, you are creating a, let us say, some loan application. Okay, let us say you are creating a loan application. So in the loan application, you, let us say you created some case types like apply loan, and you created, right, loan status. So these two case types are there. So your work class also will be like this only, right? It's application ID. For example, your application ID is XYZ dash, like let us say like something like loan dash work dash apply loan. Like this, your class will be automatically created, right? Whenever you created a case status, same like that only your SR class also will be created when you create this business issue and business group. Now, for example, let us say you have a property like let us say you have a property like customer ID. So you have a property like customer ID. So that customer ID is common for apply loan and loan status. So what you will do, you will keep that property under XYZ dash loan dash work. So because if you keep it at work class, okay, if you keep it at work class, through inheritance, you can access the property that you created. For example, you are keeping some property like customer ID at work class. So then apply loan class can access this property. Loan status class can also access this property, right? Same way here also it will be like that only. Okay, same inheritance path will be there. For example, you have two classes. Okay, CDH dash SR dash sales dash personal loans. CDH dash SR dash grow dash credit cards, which are automatically created when you created the business issue and the business group. So now there is a property, for example, like loan monthly EMI. So then loan monthly EMI is only specific to this personal loans, right? So then you can create it here in the SR class. But let us say there is something like customer ID. Customer ID is applicable for both the classes. Then you can keep it at, for example, CDH-SR sales like this. Here you can, or you can keep it here. So the class structure inheritance will also be um, available here. Okay, so that's what I mean to say. So if your property is specific to that particular group, then you create it in this class. If it is specific to all the groups and all the issues, then you can create it at SR level. Okay, then you can create it at SR level. Okay, are you able to follow?
Yes, Ravi.
Okay, so that's what I was saying here. You see here, if you right click here and see the inheritance, so you see it is inheriting from cdh-sr-grow, cdh-sr, cdh-. Okay, so automatically the inheritance is there, same like your work class, how you take inheritance properties like that. Okay, so now that you understood the SR class structure, basically, which is created when you create at least one business issue in the application. Automatically it will be created, and it will follow application id dash sr dash business issue name dash business group name. If your properties are specific to this group, create it here. If your properties are used by other groups also, create it at sr level. Like that you do it. So what we'll do, we will just take a sample strategy and see some basic shapes today. Okay, so please follow what we have done till now. Okay, like creating the application, and it has created the car model, it has created the context dictionary, it has created the NBID template, and after that we just simply created this business structure. That's it, we have done nothing else. So I
So
will use the, yeah,
once we create the business issue, this class will get created.
yeah, correct.
For grow, do we have a class for grow also directly? SR underscore grow.
Yes, that's what I told her. So it will be there for issue level, group level, all it will be there.
So these are getting created backend.
Yes.
So in which rule sets are these getting created?
Yeah. So if you right click and see the definition, I think they should be created in artifacts. Okay. Because auto generated rules, right? I told like auto generated rules will be created in artifacts rule set. Okay. So let us go to the strategy and create some sample logic. So I will use this grow credit cards because I'm not creating again and again daily, because this is something that I need to take backup every time, which I don't have time. So I'll be using this OOTB application. But when you are practicing, you create it in a new application and take backup. So in grow credit cards, there are some sample propositions are there. Okay, you see here grow. I clicked on grow credit cards. In the credit cards group, there are some four credit cards are there. Okay, four credit card propositions. So I'm going to use the same thing here. So I click on this. So let us see the strategy here. So this is my CDH application. In the CDH application, where is strategies? So you can access strategies under intelligence strategies. Okay, same thing. Strategies you can access it in Dev Studio also. Like I told you before, all decisioning features you can access it in Dev Studio. When we go to marketing, I'll tell you when we are going to start marketing. But till then, we are going to cover decisioning only. All the decisioning features are there in Dev Studio also. That means you can access in personal action also. So if you go to the decision category, you will have strategy here. Okay, if you are practicing from personal action, you can do it here also. Okay, so just practice all these things, like you create business issue, business group, propositions, attributes. Take something example that you want, like you take a e-commerce company. Okay, where you create some, let us say something like some group like t-shirts, mobiles, laptops, like that you create a business group. You create some business issue like sales, acquisitions, like that you create something. Okay, then let us say you created some laptops group. In that you create some laptop offers like Dell laptop, HP laptop, like that you create some propositions when you are practicing. Okay, but you can do it in personalization also. So now let us go to the intelligence and strategies. So strategy is a core heart for decisioning. So everything that campaign has to send. So I'll tell about campaign later. It will be decided by strategy. So basically, whatever we have to send to the customer, that is decided by strategy. Okay, that is the next best action that we need to send to the customer will be decided by strategy only. So just come to intelligence strategies, then click on start with new canvas. So now here, let us add the strategy name. Let us add it as,
In
so let's call
personalization,
it,
we can't get this right.
so that's what I told, right? Personalization, you can do it in Dev Studio. CDH will not be there. Got it? So in Dev Studio, you can access in decision category. Is that the question?
I know this about this portal you're showing here. Right?
Hello? Voice is
Yeah,
not audible.
you're showing in this portal, right? But in studio, we have to directly create from.
Yes, if you're talking or in another meeting, just mute yourself.
No, I'm talking here.
Hello?
You can hear me, Ravi?
No, no, your voice is coming from so much long.
You can hear me?
Your voice is coming from far away. It is not near to the mic.
I think it's some issue with this meeting. I'll try
Guys,
connect.
if you have any questions, try to talk in the chat also. I'm not able to hear, so just type in the chat. So, like some audio issues there. Type it in the chat, I will reply to you. Okay, now coming back to the strategy, I was telling that strategy is the decision maker. So the next best action that we are going to promote to the customer is decided by strategy. Okay, whatever strategy tells, that is what the campaign is going to send. Okay, so that's what you need to remember. So let us give the name of the strategy as first strategy. Now here you need to decide your strategy results class. Strategy results class means, for example, from which particular issue and group your strategy will give the offers. That is what you need to select here. Okay, I told you, right? Strategy results class, which I just told you, that strategy results class is automatically created when you create at least one business issue in your application. Okay, this is going to store all your rules related to your decisioning. Okay, related to your decisioning. Now, when you are selecting a particular strategy results class, then your strategy can output the offers only from this particular issue and group. So again, if I call offers or propositions, or they are nothing but your propositions. Okay, propositions are nothing but whatever you are promoting to the customer. Okay, so I am restricting my strategy result class to grow credit cards. That means this strategy can use propositions only from this issue and this group. For example, I am giving grow, and I am not giving any on any of this group. That means I can use the propositions from credit cards. I can use the propositions from deposit accounts and mortgages. So let me show you that. For example, I will just select this. You have to create your strategy results, your strategy in your customer class. So in my application, the customer class is this one, ubank dash cdh dash data dash customer. So you can see this class, what is your customer class in the context dictionary. Okay, if you go to the app studio and settings, there you have context dictionary, right, which I showed you in the previous session. There you can see what is your customer class. Okay, simply you just copy that customer class and you create your strategy also in the customer class only. So question is, if we want to create a strategy for multiple business issue, how we can create? So now you see here, right now I have selected the business issue as grow. right? I have selected business issue as grow, business group as credit cards. So what I will do, I'll just go here. I'll tell you this one also. Import propositions. See, propositions means the offers that you are promoting, the promotion that you are doing, right? So if you double click here on this, again we'll come to this. So what is this one and all that? But I'm just showing you first. You see here, these two are disabled. Grow is disabled, credit cards is disabled because while creating the strategy, you selected grow and credit cards. Again, you cannot change this. Okay, again you cannot change this. Now, for example, I want to use the propositions from multiple issues, multiple groups. Then let us say I'm creating a new strategy. This time, I don't select anything. I don't select anything. That means there is no particular class where strategy should output only that particular class propositions. There is no particular restriction that the strategy should output the propositions only from this issue and this group. So there is no restriction now. Now if you create and open, and let us say we go here proposition data. You see, now I can select from any issue, any group I can select. So for example, I can select collections, and whatever is there in collections, that will be there. Okay, for example, I select grow, then I can select let us say uh, yeah, I can select import all. So that means it will import from everything. So there is no restriction. That's what the question is, right? So if you want to create strategy for multiple business issues, then this is how you do it. So multiple business issues in the sense, I can use the propositions from different issues. That is the meaning of that. So just simply while creating strategy, you should not restrict the strategy. That's it. Because once you give a particular group and particular issue, then the entire strategy will be restricted to that only. Okay. So every time as per your requirement, you need to decide what is the business issue and what is a business group. That means, for example, the requirement is that business will say you create a logic for credit cards. Some logic is there. That logic for credit cards. So clearly, the business is mentioning that for credit cards you do something. So at that time, you know that this logic is only for credit cards. You can select the credit cards group and you can go ahead. But if your requirement is for all issues and all groups, then you don't select anything. Keep none, and you will be able to select from other issues and other groups. So that is the difference you have to understand here. So based on whatever strategy results, issue and group that you select while creating, you will be able to do that selection here. Since you restricted here, you will not, these two are disabled. I cannot again remove this disabling thing. If I have to select from other group or other issue, then I have to create a new strategy again. So very important, while creating strategy itself, you have to be having the understanding whether this logic is for this particular group or whether the logic is for other groups also. When it is for other groups and other issues, better you don't select anything. Okay, so remember that. Now this is the strategy canvas. Strategy canvas is where you are going to keep your decisioning logic. Okay, keep your decisioning logic. So that's what we are going to keep it here. Now in order to add the components, there are two ways. One way is clicking on this plus icon and adding the components. Second way is right click and you can add the components. Okay, click on the plus icon, then you add the components, or you can right click and then you can add the components. So whichever is comfortable for you, you can add it. Now in order to import the propositions, which are nothing but the offers that we have, simply you just use this thing, that is plus icon, import proposition data. This is nothing but our offers. Okay, now I just come here, then I'll select import all. You see the four credit cards I showed you, right? In this particular group it is there. The four credit cards are displayed here and I click on submit. Okay, I click on submit. Then you have to connect this component to the results. Like this, you need to connect. Every component should be connected, just like your process flow. Okay, just like your process flow, the execution will happen from left to right. Okay, the execution will happen from left to right. Now let us say this is my just logic, simple logic, nothing is there. Basically I'm just importing the offers, that's it. There is no logic, just I'm importing the offers. Again, offers are propositions or promotions, what that we are importing. Four credit cards are there. I'm just having four credit cards here, which is sample offers which are there already. Now how do I run the strategy? How do I run the strategy? In order to run the strategy, you need to click on this arrow icon here. Okay, you need to click on this arrow icon. So then you will be able to see the run options. There are two ways to run the strategy. One is single case, second is batch. Single case means running the strategy with a single customer. Okay, single case means running the strategy with single customer. Basically, case in Pega decisioning means customer. So again, it might be confusing for you because in case types, cases are what we use in case management. But here in decisioning, case means customer. Okay, case means customer. Single case means single customer. Batch means multiple customers. So when you're running the strategy, you run the strategy against the customer. Okay, so right now we can also select without customer also, but you select the option called single case. So as of now, you just understand and remember this thing. Single case means running the strategy with single customer. Batch means running the strategy with multiple customers. So we'll start with single case, and without customer data also you can run it. Simply what you do, click on save and run. That is how you run the strategy. Okay, just you need to click on this arrow icon and you need to click on save and run. So now whatever the offers that are coming from the strategy, you can see it here, right? Total four offers are there. First one is standard card. Second one is rewards card. You see, this is the offer name. This is the business issue, business group, proposition name, rewards card. And third one is rewards plus card. Fourth one is premier rewards card. So we did not give any logic. We did not give any logic. What we have done is we have imported the propositions and we have connected to the results. So this is the final output component. Results is the final output component. Just like your end shape. For example, in your flow, you will have end shape, right? Like that only strategy will have this results component, which will have the final results. Okay, so total four offers we have imported and four offers we got in the output. Okay, clear till here? Any questions?
Ravi, can you show how to run against single customer in that settings?
Yeah, so whenever you are using some customer data, you can
Hmm.
use a single customer reference. That means right now we don't have any customer, right now we are not checking anything with customer. So what kind of logic do you keep in strategy? Something like, for example, customers with income greater than 10,000 rupees per month or 1 lakh per month. Okay, customer income 1 lakh per month, greater than 1 lakh per month, you provide this offer. That is some kind of logic. So when you are using those customer related, when you are checking something against customer data, then you can run against the customer. How do you run against the customer means using single case, you expand the settings and you create something called customer persona. Okay, customer persona is nothing but a customer data transform. So what you do, for example, you can just create a data transform like this. Customer one. Okay, let us say I'm just creating something like test customer. So this data transform you call in the backend as data transform, but in decisioning terms, you call it as customer persona. Customer persona means some customer data, mimicking the customer data. Okay. So again, one more thing that you are doing. So just remember, this is where NBAD tests will come into picture. Okay. So this is something that I am doing for testing purpose, unit testing, which I am doing unit testing here. So I don't need to ideally save it here. So let us try to save it in NBAD tests, if at all that rule set is there. So this is a testing rule set, right? You can save it in NBAD tests. So let test customer I am creating. This is called as customer persona. Customer persona means just you are mimicking the customer data, just some random data you are giving, so that you can test the strategy whether it is working fine or not. So I'm just trying to say, see, you are already in the customer class, that's why you can access the properties. Okay, income property is there. So I'm having income here, I'll give income equal to, let us say, 1,50,000 I'm giving. So just you are giving some hard coded values. Again, this is how you test it in real time also. Okay, this is how you test it in real time also. Simply you just mimic the customer data and you test whether strategy is giving correct output or not. So right now I created a customer persona. Okay, customer persona. Now how do I test against customer? So what I will do, let us say I will just add a filter component here. So again, just go through all the, I will cover all the components, at least most of them will cover it. So whichever component we are covering, you need to practice it. Just listening in the class will not enough. Okay, so I am importing my propositions, then I will connect to the filter shape. In the filter shape, what I will do, double click on this. I will say, let us say, um, propose only to, let's say, high income customers, or let's say call it as only for high income customers. Okay, then I will say here primary dot income greater than 1 lakh I can give like this. Okay, primary dot income greater than 1 lakh, then I just submit. So again, you just follow the customer table, how the customer table is having data, it is annual income or monthly income, based on that you do, but just I am giving some example condition. So primary dot income greater than 1 lakh I'm giving, and we submit. Now if you save and run, the expectation is the proposition should be coming in the output. So always see, again we have two types of navigation in the strategy. This is select mode. This is select mode where I can select the strategy. When your components are coming outside of your canvas, you can actually use this pan mode. So when you use pan mode, you can actually move your mouse, your strategy up and down like this. Okay, so you can just copy, click on that, and you can move like this. And see, that means you are having so many components, you are not able to see. Right now, you see, I'm not able to see the results. So I can just move the strategy like this. Okay, so this is pan mode. This is the select mode. With select mode, you cannot move. You can only do this selection like this. With select mode, you can do like bulk select like this. You can do, but you cannot move. So when you have pan mode, you can move the strategy up or down, or so wherever you want you can move it. My final output will be present in results, so always you click on the results. So you see how much I'm getting all the four offers, because the customer income is above 1 lakh. Now let us say I give below 1 lakh, something like that. So let's say I give like 50,000 and I save it. So this is the customer persona. Again, whichever properties you are using in strategy, only that you can keep it. So now I run it again. This time the strategy should not give any output. You see there is no decision, there is no output, because it has gone here. You can see The advantage of strategy is one more thing, you cannot trace a strategy. For example, you created an activity, you written some 20 steps. You can trace it and see like which step is failing, which step is working, like that, all that you can see in the tracer. But strategy, you cannot do any tracing. Even if you trace also, the components will not come in this in the tracer. So then how do I debug? Means you have to debug using this uh, on the top you can see where exactly the issue or where exactly the filtering is happening. So strategy will display the output of that component at a component level. So you can see here in the first component, the standard card, rewards card, everything will be there. So you can just come here and if you click here, what is the output at this component? You see 4 offers are coming in this component. Okay, standard card. And if you go to the second one, you see here also it is changing rewards card. What all output is coming? Rewards card is coming here, rewards plus card is coming, and premier rewards card. Four offers are coming here. Then again I want to see the output at this component. I just click on that component. Now when I click on this component, there is no output. There is no output because we have filtered primary dot income greater than 1 lakh, and we are testing against this customer persona. That is the reason no offers are coming for this particular customer. Okay, because the customer's income is 50,000. Okay, customer's income is 50,000. That is the reason strategy is not giving any output here. So strategy, if you are debugging strategy, the way of debugging strategy is by clicking on the component. Then you can see at which component what output is coming. So here I have 4 results are there here, but here there are no results available. Okay, there are no results available. At a component level you have to see, so that you can understand where exactly the configuration is there. Then you can try to modify as per your requirement, like that. So this is how you test against the customer using customer persona. So this is called in just decisioning terms as customer persona. Customer persona means just creating a data transform and adding all the customer data. Since we are using income in our strategy, that's the reason I added here. Okay. So if you are using some 10 properties for checking, you add the 10 properties and you test it. See, in real time, you create one positive customer persona, negative customer persona. That means positive test case, negative test case. And those things you keep it in NBAD tests rule set, which I told you in the earlier session, right? This rule set is for this testing purpose only. Okay, clear, understood now?
Clear, Ravi. A quick question. How to check that this strategy is pulling propositions from which business issue group? That kind of,
You
the
can see
class
here,
that you mentioned, the SR
we
class.
already see here. When we double click on this, you can see here, no? It
Okay,
is
okay,
pulling from Grow credit cards.
okay.
Okay, yeah. So
If that is none and none, then it means that it's pulling from all
yeah, it
business
will pull
issue.
from all of them.
Okay.
You can actually see that also in the output. So if you just scroll down, I think it should show here also, which is the subject type. It's not there. Yeah, you see here it is showing here grow credit cards. There it is showing where it from where it is coming, like that. Okay. I mean, all the OOTB properties will also come in the output of the strategy. Okay. And your custom properties also will come in the strategy. So we'll see in the next session how to create custom properties. We have seen how to create already, but how to show that in the output of the strategy, that also we'll see. But if you are having propositions from multiple issues, multiple groups, then how to know from which issue, which group the offer is coming? Means like you see in the results for internal fields, that it is showing you the path. Grow credit cards, standard card. So this is my issue, this is my group, and this is the proposition name. Okay, py issue, py group, py name. Remember the property names also. Okay, py issue, py group, py name. So this is how you can see it. Okay, so just to go through all these things, you need to practice it, spend some time in the weekend, create one application, try to create some business issues, business groups, anything that you want. Like for example, you can take a e-commerce company, you can create some laptops, mobiles, like that you create some business groups, in that you add some mobile, like Samsung mobile, something you try to add it. Then you add some characteristics like what is the make, what is the model, what is the color, what is the price, like that you add some characteristics. Okay, then you try to add the offers to the strategy. Okay, then you run that strategy with a customer. Okay, you give some data, like give that Samsung offer only for customers whose age is above 30, like that. Okay, then you create a customer persona, then you see whether a customer age above 30 is getting the offer or not. You can import a single offer also. That means I have imported four offers right here. Instead of that, you can do like this also, like you can say standard card, this is standard card. Then you can copy and you can paste here. So that means I can import single offers also, single one by one proposition also, like this also you can do. Okay, like this. Instead of giving all credit cards, you can do like this also. Okay, so just try to explore and practice till wherever we discussed at least. Okay, till wherever we have learned, you have to practice each and everything, because all these are basics that you need to learn.
So
Yes,
one
go
thing,
ahead.
Ravi,
Yeah.
what is persona? I did not get. What is customer persona?
Persona means just nothing but customer data transform. So
So
data
what is
transform is,
the test data transform?
this data transform is for testing. How will you know that you are getting expected logic or expected output or not? I gave primary income greater than 1 lakh. Directly you will not deploy to production, right, without doing any unit testing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do some testing here. You have to do some testing. For the testing purpose, you will create customer persona. So as part of testing, you will test, okay, customer with lower income, customer with higher income. Then okay, you will verify, okay, I'm getting expected output. So same thing, right? How do you do unit testing? What is the purpose of test case means what you will say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just unit testing, you're calling it as persona. That's nothing else.
Unit testing with a data transform is called as customer persona.
Okay.
Okay, for any kind of unit testing that you do with a data transform, so that you
So
call it as customer persona, because generally when you are doing unit testing, you do with customer data, some sample customer data, you are mimicking the customer data. That's the reason we call it as customer persona. Yeah. So there are
yeah.
some
Oh,
existing customer personas are also there. Like you see Arnold, Barbara, John, like this, some existing customer personas is there, where they have given some data, like this, they have given some data and they are used for testing. This thing you don't need to deploy. So that's the reason you keep it in NBAD tests. Only for testing purpose, this will be there. Yes.
Ravi, another question. So, say for example, you've got four offers, right? Four propositions. For those
Right.
four, if I have to give two different filter conditions, uh, two of them will get
Yeah.
one filter
We'll,
condition, the other
we'll come
will.
to that one. We'll come to
Okay,
that
okay.
one. That means for one offer, one condition, another offer, another condition. That's what you're saying.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll come to that one. In that we'll see this. Okay. So now in the strategy you have source component also. Source component is nothing but the incoming components. That's it. Okay. That means for this filter, what is connecting? Standard card offer is connecting. So that is the source component. And for the standard card, nothing is input. Input is not there. No. So that's why here no results will be there. So for one component, you can have multiple inputs also. Okay, multiple inputs also. So the purpose of the source component is in which order data is coming. For example, for filter shape, you are connecting two components you are connecting. So first from which component data is coming, after this from which component data is coming, like that you can see it in the source components. That's it. Okay. So that is the source component here. So one more thing is you can add comments also in the strategy. If you right click, there is something called annotation. This is not a mandatory thing, or this is not a functionality requirement. Just like in activity and data transform, there is something like comment option is there, right? Where you can give your description. So that description purpose you can give it. Just a good practice. So here I can say like strategy to offer credit cards only to high income customer. Like that, I'm just giving some description. Basically, at which component, what logic you are doing, just for others to understand what you are doing. Like this, you can give some description here, which you call it as annotation. So this is not mandatory thing. This is completely optional. Just a good practice. If you follow, then it will be helpful for other people to understand what you are doing. So when you are doing some complex operations, generally we follow this. But if it is some basic logic like this, you don't need to give it. Okay, this is annotations here. So practice all these things. Spend some time on weekend. Practicing is more important. Okay, listening you are fine. Listening you are doing, but you have to do it yourself. Just go through once or twice the recording, then you
So one last
understand what.
thing. So
Yes.
where are we getting these recordings? We don't see the link for the recording in the WhatsApp.
WhatsApp group they are not posting. I think they posted right all together. 3 sessions, 4 sessions in one post. They have posted it.
they
But for
they haven't Ravi, they haven't posted yesterday's and today's and day before yesterday's
yeah, yeah,
3 days, right?
just post it in the group. They will share in the
Okay.
WhatsApp only for now.
Okay.
Later, they will send it to your email ID. So just post it to give the last yesterday's and today's session. Okay. Yeah, they will share it with
Okay.
you.
And next class is on Monday, right, Ravi? There's no
Yeah,
classes on
next class
weekend.
is on Monday. I will
Okay.
try to share the assignment for you in case you don't know what to create and what to practice. I will share the assignment to you. You can create that assignment, but that's up to you. If you have something in mind, like e-commerce application, telecom application, something that you want to create, something that you want to practice, you can do it. But I am sharing on pharmacy application to you, uh, that has some steps, what you need to create, how you need to create, so that also you can practice it. Next session will be on Monday. Okay, so just I'm stressing that all of you practice this. In case you missed old sessions, spend the time to go through the old sessions, and till wherever we have done, please do that. Okay, till wherever we have done, you have to practice it. Any questions from anyone else? So Jyotirmai, are you planning to enroll?
Yes, Ravi.
Okay, great. So just you have some weekend now. You can try to go through during the weekend whenever you are free. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, guys. So practice it. If you are getting any questions, let me know on Monday. Till wherever we have seen, this is the time to practice. If you got any issues, you got any errors, let me know. Okay. See you all then on Monday.